folks, assalamu alaikum. In this video we're going to see like the various types of S3 storage classes and the lifecycle rules. Okay, so first of all, let's create a bucket. And to create a bucket, first of all, we should keep it in mind that the name should be unique, right? So maybe we can give it a name S3 unique something like that. No problem with that. Then once we're done, we can just go for creating the bucket, right? So this is our bucket. Now the goal is to have the content, like maybe some sort of files or images. There is no problem, these are all objects. Okay, let's just go for that, and let's just add some file. Okay, first of all, let me add an image of some coffee. Okay, so I haven't yet pressed this upload button, but if you just look into the properties, here is the most interesting part. So the interesting part is that first of all, you see the storage class can be, if you just zoom in a bit, standard, which is for frequently accessed data more than once in a month, or like with milliseconds access. Okay, so it's for the normal purpose if you want to access the data you have just uploaded. Now in summary, if you just ask like why should we use S3, is for just storing some sort of data, because in general if you're working in cloud and you're working with data, it should be stored in the cloud, right? So that's why we put the data in the cloud, right? So for the standard, it's the standard one, which is for the frequently accessed data. But for intelligent tiering, you see, it's for the data with changing or unknown access pattern. Okay, so if you don't know how much we are going to use it or something, so it's just going to analyze it, and that's why it's called intelligent tiering. And another is standard IAM, which is for the infrequently accessed data. In general, it's once a month with milliseconds of access. And one zone IA, almost the same, but once a month, but it's just for one availability zone, and that's mentioned in the name, right? One zone. And then we have Glacier instant retrieval, Glacier flexible retrieval, Glacier deep archive, and reduced redundancy. So that's for the old one, not recommended as S3 standard. Is more cost efficient. You see, this is much more cost efficient as they are mentioning. And these are the Glacier instant or Glacier flexible and Glacier deep archive. In general, these are for the data which you have planned to keep in the cloud for a while, and in general they do cost less than these things, because this is tiring, because you are keeping the data for a long period of time, and it's beneficial for the cloud, obviously, right? And yeah, this is how it's going to work. Now while we are going to upload it, we can just select anything, like maybe intelligent tiering. You can just mention that, like maybe I'm uploading this image and I'm not sure how much I'm going to access this data. Okay, how much or when, right? I'm not sure about it, so let me just upload it. Great, it's in progress, and you see, once it's done, if you just close it and if you go here, you can see it's intelligent tiering, right? That's interesting. And what we can do later on is, if you just go here, and we can, first of all, you can see the properties, owner, my ID and all, right? And after that, if you go here, storage class, right? You see, it's the storage class is currently intelligent tiering, and the retrieval time is in milliseconds. Like you will get it within milliseconds, right? That's the thing. But in general, for this one, you see, for the Glacier instant, you see long-lived archive data accessed once a quarter, right? Like okay, with instant retrieval, that's good, like within milliseconds. But for the Glacier flexible retrieval, long-lived archive data accessed once a year with retrieval of minutes to hours. It takes minutes to hours to get the data, but for these you see milliseconds, right? And also for the Glacier deep archives, it takes retrieval of hours. So these two takes a lot of time, but these all of these take very less time. So if you want to access your data through like various platform, or if you want to use it frequently, these are your options: earlier, standard, intelligent tiering, standard IN, or now what we are here is like edit storage class. So if we just want to move it to like standard IA, we can just do that. Just save changes, and yeah, it should be done. If you just go here, and if you go here, within that, this is our name, this is the type, last modified, size, and standard I. Great. So this is how we can do that. Again, talking about that, we can actually create some sort of lifecycle rule. Now what you may ask, like, what is this lifecycle rule, right? So the thing is, for example, if you have just uploaded this image, like maybe coffee.jpg or png, whatever it is, and you are not sure like when you are going to delete it or something, but or if you have uploaded hundreds or thousands of data, or some sort of files or others. Now the thing is, you can create some sort of lifecycle rule. Now what happens is, if when we may create the lifecycle, we actually can mention like when should we change the storage class. Like you may say like why, because maybe if you have just uploaded the coffee.jpg or png to retrieve it every day, but later on you have planned like, okay, or later on you are not using these for months or maybe years, right? It can happen, but you still need the data. Like if the user wants, you want it to be accessible, right? So then rather than coming up here and changing the storage class, you can just create the lifecycle rule. So what will happen is, it will basically monitor like, okay, how many days has it passed and so on, and depending on that it will change it. So let's go for that, create lifecycle rule. If we come up here, we can just give it a name, demo 18, something like that, no problem with that. Now we're saying is apply to all objects in the bucket. That means in our bucket we just have one image, and we're saying, or for example we have lots of, and we just want to apply it to all of the objects we have in the bucket. No problem with that. Now what we want is transition current version of objects between storage class. Okay, non-current. Okay, this move current versions. Okay, that means if we the latest version, okay, the current version, we're just going to move it to the next or new storage class. That can be done. Now let's come up here, and just for an example, if you just go here, let's see what's the storage tier right now. It is standard IA. Now if you just come up here, like days after object creation and others, when we're creating that rule, we are not aware of like what's the storage tier or something for our objects. We're not sure about it, but in general assume that is in the standard, like the objects are in the standard tier, not standard IA. So that's why this is described here, so that after maybe 30 days we plan to move our data. Maybe it is in standard, we just plan to move it to standard IA, right? Then intelligent tiering maybe after 50 days, and ones on IA maybe after 70 days, and Glacier maybe after 90. Or if you just don't want any of them, you just move that, you move that, there is no problem with that, right? Or like that, maybe after 90 days you just plan to go for the Glacier flexible, right? So what will happen if you just look into this rule, you see in day 0 the objects are uploaded, it will start counting day 0, and after 90 it is specific for every single object uploaded after this rule, right? Once we have created this rule, and then we start uploading any object, it will start detecting like, okay, it's day 0, and then after that on day 90, as we mentioned, move it to Glacier flexible retrieval. So it will have the storage class of this. And in general, as we have seen earlier, that Glacier flexible or others are mostly focused on long-term data, right? So yeah, you can just press create rule and it will be applied to our all of our data in the bucket, right? So yeah, thank you so much. And I believe in this video I've just learned about like the storage classes and the lifecycle rule, and why should we go for the lifecycle rule, and how can you balance about it. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video and hope to see you in the next video.